This is Jonathan Agger, fifth Pro Boxing Fans, joined by Dean White. It's Christmas Eve, so appreciate you doing this. How you been? How's life?
I'm not bad, It's not bad. Just been very, very busy, very busy outside. Busy with the shows as well. 'Cause I've got a show February the 22nd. Back at the Tolworth, we've got Southern Area title fight with the
Nice.
English title eliminator, final English eliminator. And hopefully we got maybe a Commonwealth silver on there as well. I've been working slowly. I needed a bit of time off anyway, man. I was working it's a bit tiring. I needed to get back to other stuff. So as I said before off camera, we was working with the charity for my son what I've set up. So we've done the launch of Perm's Promise on December the 14th. We have a dinner party, which was a raving success. Um, Definitely a big party, and we had a poker table, roulette table, which was good. And obviously it was a big cause, so a lot of people stepped out right and helped and donated towards the event. So I'm very happy with that. With about 450 people. It was a good night. It was a good night to let your hair down and support a great cause.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that because I know it was a very very tough period for you when your son passed, but it's great to see that you're continuing his memory as well.
Yeah, I think it's I don't know, it's a lot. I think it's one of them ones where it's a constant battle. I think obviously they say time's a healer. Mm. You learn to adapt and work with what you're given,
Mm.
and I just deal with it day by day. You know what I mean? Christmas times you do obviously feel it a little bit more, I guess. But yeah, we just try and be as strong as possible and trying to build leave a legacy so his name will live on once we're all gone. You know what I mean? And the memory, what he left through people and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure he'd be very proud of the shows you're doing. Like I say,
Mm.
Tolworth, February 22nd. Just talk us through who's on the card and is Alfie Clegg on that?
No, Alfie's not on there. Let me. I don't know. We got a big card. Let me actually go
Yeah, get it
to.
up.
Yeah, I'll go to the. I think my media guys got the list here, so let me go to it. But let me. We've actually got a good solid card, But yeah, it's got some good boys, some good fights, even some 50-50s. Hopefully, we haven't all cleared it all yet, but I mean, there's we've got
Is
two.
Tolworth, is that going to be the home for 2025, you think, or
That
you vary it up?
that's the home at, for now. That's my York call.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've got everything set up and it works right. When they say so, when something's not broke, don't try to fix it. I've gone and done shows elsewhere, and yeah, we've just about crossed the line in some place. But you're right. I think we'll look out further. Maybe could look at Birmingham and doing some stuff down there. Maybe joining up with Manning or someone else. I don't know. It's
It's a good vibe.
definitely
It's a good vibe down
yeah,
Tolworth.
scope for it. But yeah, Tolworth, everything it runs clockwork. We know what we're doing. Everything. It's just it's always hard to put on boxing shows, but we know what we're doing, so we just get on and get it done. And the staff and the people that know us and they just allow us to beat us and do stuff. There's a lot of regulations and stuff you got to do with venues these days. And
Mhm.
um, like I found out again the other day when we did the dinner party. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's one of those. But Tolworth's the home of Black Box Global, and it will continue to be. And hopefully, it'll be a beacon that will have many more title fights. So on this one, we've got Ahmed Hatimi versus Aaron Prosperfo, the Southern Area lightweight title, and English final eliminator.
Oh
That's going
wow.
to be a
Okay.
cracking fight. I think that was meant to be on the um, end of this, no, beginning of December. And then Aaron had an injury, so that got pulled off. So that's going to be on there. And then we've got Alex Brunson Cole. Maybe he is trying to fight. I forgot the kid's name. He's got a Southern Area title up as well. Or if not, we'll try and get him to fight Balraj Singh for another title. We've got Martin Hillman versus is it Sandeep Kumar. Good fight. We're looking at maybe a Commonwealth or silver on that if possible. Caleb Foreman. We was trying to get him the the southern area because the southern area is vacant. But I think he's campaigned at a heavier weight. So speaking to the southern area, they said he needs to get some fights at welterweight. So we're looking to see what he does. He's going to get out early January, and then maybe we'll see if that works. Like then we might get him for the vacant southern area for we're lucky for the February 22nd. So there's potential and scope for a few title fights. Then we've got Ergol. It's Jazz, a heavyweight, Albanian, good kid, strong, good boxer, does good ticket numbers. Louis Pachetti's potentially meant to be boxing heavyweight. Siggy McCauley, Chris Davis, Isaac Zebra, Ugandan, very, very talented. I think he went to, I don't know, was it World Games and done pretty good. Is it Jizan Ozu, Luigi Alfredo? He boxed for the European title recently and lost. And then we've got Amar Kayani. And I think there's some others on the list. I don't know. This boxing game, we've got to see who actually lasts the course because it normally looks great leading up to the fight. And then a week of the fight or 10 days before you start, people start dropping off like Skittles, like the pinballs and that. But I mean, got a stack card for February the 22nd. God willing, we can, it does what we intend it to do. And hopefully we have numerous title fights. But I've been working in the background, man. I've been trying to make sure once I come back 2025, come back with a solid bang and show these suckers, man. We are here. We are players. We're here to stay. You know what I mean?
And do you have a TV broadcaster for that, or like where can people watch it, or is that?
No, we're just probably on the Black Box Global or some other streaming partner. What we're going to stream, we probably stream that one. I'd say. I haven't really reached out. I do need to talk to some people, but it's all like I just feel like I want to keep myself separate for the minute until the opportunity comes. I see a lot of people working with the zone. Um, that's an avenue. But I guess we all want money. I don't think a lot of them are getting any finances from the zone. It's just the platform, which is still a great look in itself. I haven't really explored it, but I've seen a few of the other guys and promoters are on there. So, it's good for them. It's, works for their business model. I think right now I'm just slowly taking everything in and then adjusting. It was quite a tough 2024, 23. Boxing, some of the shows were tough. We had kind of like a lot of pullouts close to the time, like I hinted at earlier in the conversation. Sometimes we had 6, 5, 7. And it's obviously hard when you have a lot of pullouts close to time. But we managed to do them, pull them off, and we had a great one in October. I think it's October the 19th. That one, I think we only had 7 fights, but it was packed. Great fights. And I think even the ones before that were pretty good as well. But they've been testing. You know what I mean? It's challenging promoting. Test your patience, test your resolve. But yeah, I'm just full time, obviously doing the charity stuff, doing the boxing shows, and then just doing the property stuff. So you know
Mm.
what I mean? And, trying to keep focused, man, and on the righteous, clean path, and then obviously, trying to look after myself because I was off the path for a little bit. You know what I mean? Obviously, like we was talking about with my son when he passed, went off the track for a bit. So now I'm back in the gym on a nice health journey. Lost about 3 stone in the last couple of months.
Oh, brilliant.
Feeling good for Christmas, man. Eating very well, making juices, and just trying to stay healthy and want to live as good as we can. Obviously, you have our moments, but I just want to try and live as good and clean as I can because got a family to kind of think about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, good to hear. Dean, obviously, big fight on Saturday night. Oleksandr Usyk beating Fury again. What was your thoughts on the fight?
Man, like Ukraine, man, Usyk done it again, man. I don't know how he managed to do it. Do you know what? I don't know if I'm just being biased. I don't know, man. Obviously, UK Tyson Fury. I like Tyson Fury. Whenever I see him, always got the utmost respect for me. Top man. I wished him nothing but the best. I personally felt like he nicked that fight. I think he done enough to nick it. Maybe some might not agree, but it's called an opinion. You know what I mean? We all got our opinions. I think Usyk's a special talent. I definitely felt he came on in five, six, seven, eight, and then Fury was nine. I think I had Fury on the early rounds. Um, I liked he tried to hold the middle of the ring. He was using his jab, going to the body, using the jab. He was a fit jab. Some of it weren't solid. He was doing some nice 1-2s. I think for me, he was trying to work smart, not burn himself out, not move a lot and burn himself out like he did in the first fight. Because I think he kind of came crashing down in that first fight. That's why he came with all that weight so he could try and push him back. But listen, Usyk is one hell of a man. And he just walked through a lot of them shots, to be honest. Even them 1-2 straight on the chops, and he just kept coming through them. And in the first fight, yeah, he was lining up Fury with that straight left, and it was finding a nice home. Um, you know, and I think I'm just trying to replay it back in my mind as we talk. You know what I mean. I think he did caught him in this fight with a few, and that's another thing. Fury didn't want to try and engage too much. Obviously, he got caught, but I think he with the extra weight, it allows you to absorb and take punches better because he ate some of them shots. And as you can see, they didn't really have no effect on him. You know what I mean? But I would say it's a close fight. The AI scoring, God damn it, AI man, we need to keep you out of fucking computers being computers. That was garbage. And and the judges, man, I don't think they've done a great job either, man. That was like a fault. No, if he said Usyk maybe by 1 point, I could say it was a close fight. It definitely was, but I still felt that just like the fans at home had Tyson Fury edging it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, I had the same. I felt I wouldn't say it's a robbery. Um, there was another fight on the night I probably more class that as a robbery, but hey, I don't want to point no fingers because I like both players. I like Johnny Fisher as well. But in that fight, I think Dave nicked that fight. I don't want to cross the fights, but Dave definitely. But what I would say just before we come to that again, if we come back, I think Dave probably is his own worst enemy because he let Fisher off the hook, if you get my meaning. He should have closed the show. This was his world title moment. This was his opportunity to win his first title. So he should have closed the show. He was talking when he should have been punching. You know what I mean? He was using his mouth instead of his fist. Um, like he said, the friendship should have been after the bell had rang. He was talking to him in there when he should have been punching him in the chops as opposed to talking. But look, I don't know. Look, he let that slip out of the bag. Credit to Fisher, though. He's a very, very likable guy, very respectful manners, humble. Hopefully, he'll learn from this. He did put a bit too much in early. I think he boxed really good. Body shots was amazing. I love the way he slipped over and sank them body shots in. Jab was good. I think he just needs to be a bit more relaxed with the jab. It was a bit too much force and used too much energy on everything he was doing. He's a big old lump. And when you're that big, you're going to burn out quite quick. But credit to him, he's still in there at the end of the round. He got knocked down and he got up and he still saw out the fight. But spinning it back, I felt like I wouldn't say Tyson Fury was a robbery, but I do feel like Tyson Fury won for me. And even the first fight, people thought I was mad. I still think Tyson nicked even the first one, even though in that was it the ninth or the 11th round was so dominating.
Nine.
I still feel it could have been. I felt both of them could have been equally a draw. Even if they gave that one to Usyk, they could have gave a draw to this fight and then gone in a trilogy. But now I don't think anyone wants to see anything because I don't know. You're not gonna. I don't think no one's getting the nod against old Usyk. I'm sorry. I know like obviously he's a class operator and I do agree, but I'm just upset, man. I'm salty, man. He's come here and bashed every cunt up. Fuck that
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Well, we saw Daniel Dubois, come in the ring and say, give me my rematch. Obviously, he's got Parker coming up, which is going to be a great fight. What did you think of that? Is he right to, make some noise?
No, I hear it. He should watch what's in front of him. That's a fucking hard fight. You know what I mean? Danny's a big old bruiser powerhouse. So, when he clumps someone, they normally stay clumped, you know what I mean? So I've written him off way too many times already. And I told him that, but he's proved me wrong every time. But I mean, how emphatic that win was against Anthony Joshua. But I mean, styles makes fights. Parker's not going to sit there to be punched on the chops like that. And he's going to be coming at different angles. And he's a fast heavyweight. A fast heavyweight always gives a big heavyweight problems. People were talking about the volume of Usyk. Of course, he's going to have. He's faster. He's smaller. He's going to have more volume. in terms of what his punch output. Um, Not saying Fury didn't, because Fury was kind of pitter patter and then hard shots and soft and then hard shots. You know what I mean? But most small guys would, their output. When you look at Moses Atuma, he's just fast as a heavyweight. He's
Mm,
just lightning. Do you know what I mean? Right now, he's causing havoc. You don't even want to try and. The old guard don't want to go in there with that guy. He's got youth. He's got speed. He's got power. It's long, and he's a southpaw. Man, you better leave all of that alone. Leave that shit the hell alone.
mm.
You know what I mean? Let him fight whoever he's fighting. Let him make his own lane. But yeah, any of these guys, I don't advise them to go in there against this young buck, because the older guys, they want to slow the pace down and box. He's not allowing you to do that. He is not allowing you. What a talent, man! That was a big statement. I was actually trying to line that fight out with Dillian to fight at Dempsey McKean before as well. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? As one of the comeback fights, I thought it was going to be a great fight. He's had a great record. He done great against Hergovich. But I mean, shit, that kid absolutely obliterated him. I'm just like, how do you better that? I don't think you do better that. And the one thing, when you're young, you're fearless. When you're young, you're fearless. You take chances. These guys at this age, they're not taking those kind of chances. As you saw Fury box to a strategic plan, and he's not got no pressure on his shoulder. Atumu, he's just coming out there and writing off folks. No long team, hold an overhand in the top of your head, go to sleep, to
mm,
sleep. He was now he's
yeah,
getting busy. First round, second round, he's not fucking around. Um, so yeah, credit to him. But back to the Fury fight. I mean, it was a good fight. Um, some would say it was a bit boring, but then sometimes when you got to get the win, you got to do things to shut up shop. I think Fury did good. He stopped a lot of them left hands catching him. He did block them up, but as he got tired, I think he started to drop his hands a little bit more. That's not his usual start. He boxed to a plan because he wanted to win. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
So this is boxing. Sometimes you got to go out there sharp shot, like Alex Ferguson used to do. They used to do squeezy bomb time, put the boss out there, the guys sharp shot in front of the goal, and they get the win. Man United used to do that back in the day. And the boxing should be the same. Sometimes you're going to go and win an ugly fight. It's better than having a pretty loss. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean? So I mean, yeah, I think it was great Riyadh season looked good as always. I haven't managed to get back to Riyadh yet, but I mean, it was good. I mean, the young guard is definitely making his way through, but I tell you that for free.
yeah. On Fury, is there anything you think he could have done to maybe get the job done? I mean, some people are saying maybe he should have just gone for it, but I guess it's easier said than done against a guy like Usyk.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely easier said than done. Um, I think you trying to go out there and doing that, he probably would have got caught and got smacked on the side of his head. Usyk's a great at creating angles and turning and throwing
Mm,
off the angles as well. I think from the first fight, he learned trying to trying to do that tough guy thing. It's not going to work. Obviously, he called him rabbit and small bodybuilder, but he's a very smooth, skillful operator. Uh, so I don't know. I think what I'd say, it's mad because he's equally. I was seeing what Fury was trying to do, how he was trying to operate, but Usyk, man, he's so smart, man. He just knew what he was doing, and then what the pivotal moment for me, I was looking, I felt like Fury was doing so good early for me. Everyone's different, but I know Usyk was jabbing to the body, but all that was is a false sense of security, jabbing to the body because we knew he was going to eventually start throwing them left hooks over the top or around the corner straight. And at 5, I was wondering what he was going to do and how he was going to start moving or changing the tide for me, how I thought the tide was going. And then he just started stepping up the gears, man. Started pressing Tyson 5, 6, 7, 8. And then even 9, Tyson came back and had a good round, and I think he nicked that. But what he done very well, which a lot of fighters need to learn from, he fights in good stages. And what he does, the last 20 seconds of the rounds, he presses and closes. So what he does is he starts good, so you have a good memory in the middle, in the beginning, in the middle, and at the end. And those are the most important bits. Like what the impression in that last 20, 15 seconds. He always rallied and threw And that was what was in the judge's mind, maybe, those last moments. If you think about the last 10, 20 seconds in all of them rounds, he was always kind of active. Um, I know Fury hit him with a great shot in the last seconds of one of them rounds as well, but Fury was winning the rounds, and then he came, had a little rally, and then Fury had his little set at the end of one of those rounds. But I mean, he's good at adding all the bits together, chipping away, and making those lasting impressions in the judge's mind in the last 15, 20 seconds of every round.